Welcome back, everybody. Day number 2 is here, and we have a lot to break down. There was a new player that signed with the Jets last night that I haven't been able to talk to you guys about just yet, and there's some more news to break down. Former Jets signing with other teams, unfortunately. Will the Jets get a quarterback today? Will they trade for Brian Thomas Jr.? Will they add somebody on the offensive line? I mean, will they add anybody on the freaking offense in general? Like, there's a lot to break down in the video today. We're live here on the channel for day 2 of free agency frenzy. So make sure you guys hit that like button. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the show. Let's freaking go, baby. There's a lot that we're going to be breaking down in today's video, so don't forget to hit that button. We did hit the milestone, baby, 32,000 subscribers here on Jets Media yesterday, so I want to thank you so much for you guys that have been supporting the channel from the beginning. It really is a genuine thing that I was able to grow this channel up to where it is today, and I'm very fortunate to have you guys support me throughout this journey. We hit 32K, baby. Let's go. 32,000 subscribers is officially here, and that's because of each and every single one of you guys watching, liking, commenting, sharing. Whatever you do, you're impacting the growth here on the channel, so shout out to that. And let's get into business. Let's talk Jets. Let's talk about the latest news, and I want to talk about, first things first, our brand new player. How about that? Dane Belton coming over from the New York Giants. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the New York Jets, Mr. Dane Belton. So this is a very interesting prospect that the Jets are bringing in, and I wanted to let you guys know that this is one of those moves that I actually like a lot for a lot of different reasons. I think that if you're a Jets fan, there's reasons to be optimistic of how the Jets are approaching this defense. But again, there's some reasons to be pessimistic of how they're approaching the offense. But this is one of those safety moves that's going to be an addition on this Jets team, in the special teams in particular. But he's a ball hawk. He's one of those guys that just finds the ball naturally. And in a very small sample size, he's not going to be a starter next to Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's going to be competing with Malachi Moore, and I think the Jets are not done adding safeties. I think they're going to be adding more safeties throughout the offseason in free agency and in the NFL draft. So there's a lot to be breaking down across the board. But this is free agency frenzy day number 2, folks. So make sure you guys hit the like button. How you feeling about this news of the Jets bringing in Dane Belton from the the New York Giants on a 1-year deal? The one thing about him that I do like, again, is he does have a knack for the football, okay? In a very small sample size, he does have a lot of interceptions. If you want to compare the ability to go, interceptions to snaps, and the Jets desperately need guys that are able to do that. 6 interceptions in just 66 career games. That's absolutely massive. Here is Connor Hughes breaking it down a little bit more. The ball just finds him. 6 picks in 66 games, mostly a third safety during that time, played more than 460 snaps just once in his career. It was last season when he played 705. Good depth, good depth there. Now we're going to have to talk about the elephant in the room. We're going to have to do it, folks. We're going to have to talk about the elephant in the room. What elephant am I referring to? What elephant am I referring to? This one. Really, AVT? AVT wanted out. So let me start off with this. Before any Jets fan gets upset at the Jets for not bringing back Elijah Vera-Tucker, you cannot get upset at AVT. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I said it wrong. For anybody upset at the New York Jets for letting AVT walk, you cannot blame the Jets. They wanted him back. AVT wanted to move on. He wanted a fresh start. And unfortunately for the Jets, he had to go to a division rival. He was never somebody the Jets were going to be able to bring back. AVT simply felt like he had bad juju with the Jets, according to Brian Kaz. And listen, part of me, first of all, him signing with the Patriots is definitely a really big backbreaker. But I don't blame AVT for wanting to leave the Jets from the standpoint of he's been injured 3 times out of 5 seasons. I get it. But the fact that it's the freaking Patriots, man, that hurts. So now he's an op. Now he's an enemy. So how do you guys feel about this? because this was breaking news that came out at like midnight last night. And it's one of those devastating ones, man. It's definitely one of those devastating ones. So let me know where you stand right now in the comments about this news, because AVT is now a New England Patriot. And I already know Jets fans despise this man. He is going to the rival. Now, the thing about AVT, we all understand everything you need to know about Elijah Vera-Tucker. He can't stay healthy. When he is healthy, he's fantastic, but he can't stay healthy. And the Patriots are basically giving him, what was the contract? It was like 3 years something. Let me see if I can find the exact contract. 3 years, $42 million, worth up to $48. That's a lot of money for someone that doesn't stay healthy. But if he does stay healthy, that's a bargain. That's the thing. If he's healthy, that's a bargain of a contract. If he's not healthy, then you're wasting all that money on someone that can't stay on the field. So the Patriots are banking on upside. They're banking on him staying healthy. And the thing about AVT is right now he is the best player on their freaking football team. So let's just keep that a buck. He is their best player now. That's the thing. He's their best player on their offensive line. That's also how bad their offensive line is. But it's the reality, folks. The Jets miss out on AVT. Good riddance. Goodbye, Elijah Vera-Tucker. Oh, man, it stings. Like, really? Like, I wanted to root for him. I wanted him to succeed if he left the Jets, but now I don't want anything good from him. You feel me? I don't think anybody would. Why would we ever want him to be good now? So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you did not already. We're live here for another edition of Jets Media. We're also bringing Fourth and Forever back today, which is going to be exciting. 1 o'clock. Join me, TD, and Dan Mitchell reacting to all the NFL storylines. A lot of stuff going on within the division, within the NFL world. So much to get into. And there's also more that the Jets are going to be doing, man. The Jets are going to be adding more players to their roster today. And I'm excited to see who those players are going to be. Are they ever going to make a move on offense? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Because we need to make sure that the Jets get some offensive player. Because now let's break this down, folks. Before we get into like the Jets acquisitions, we got to talk about the moves that they're not making. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little, if there was something I'm concerned about, I'll be honest, I'm concerned right now about their offensive line. I am. I mean, I love the 4 guys we have. I mean, I love 3 of the guys on the offensive line. I don't love Josh Myers. I love Joe Tippmann, Armand Membu, Olufashinu. Those 3 guys are studs. But Josh Myers, I would prefer him to be a backup. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. And now we have a wide open hole at left guard. Oh, and by the way, the depth guys that the Jets have, Max Mitchell, Xavier Newman, they're also free agents. So the Jets got to start adding players to the offensive line. And you got to do it in the draft. So there's a big thing going on with the Jets offensive line. I am hopeful that they have a plan. Maybe there's a trade going to happen that we're not aware of. But everyone's saying, go trade for Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, I want that, but I also need an offensive line, man. The Jets need to bolster, like if they want to protect whatever quarterback they bring in and run the football efficiently, they need to beef up the interior because the center and the left guard position are now giant weaknesses. And I'm not going to say Josh Myers is a huge weakness, but he's nothing to be celebrating, if you will, right? So who are the Jets going to bring in on the offensive line? Let's find out. Because right now, maybe, again, like I said, the Jets have a plan. Maybe they're going to draft, and that's another thing, man. This is why you can't do mock drafts until free agency. Now, you can argue the Jets are going to have to go after a offensive lineman at pick 16 or pick 33. You feel me? The Penn State guard is a real option now at 16, and then that's a real thing. So I think that if you're a Jets fan, I'm a little concerned, bro. I'm a little concerned. Because Ioane from Penn State is very likely to be the pick at 16 now. And I do not want to draft an offensive lineman in the first round. But it's more of a possibility than it's ever been. So we'll see. But how about this move from the Jets, though? Getting in another safety, Dane Belton. I do like this move for a lot of different reasons. I think that the Jets adding 6 players to their defense, man. 6. Not 2, not 3, not 4, but 6, man. We made this video on the channel yesterday. We talked about 5 players. This was before, of course, they signed Dane Belton. But look at these guys, bro. If one thing to make you feel a little optimistic, it is the defense is completely shifted. And you talk about the veteran leadership in the middle of that defense, led by Demario Davis and Minkah Fitzpatrick more than anything. And you add a 33-year-old vet that loves Aaron Glenn on the defensive line at D-tackle. And then 2 guys on the edge that bring size, physicality, setting that Detroit Lions mentality, which is what Aaron Glenn's trying to bring to the Jets. The Jets didn't really have that. Like, Michael Clemens was supposed to be that, but he never was a force. So Joseph Osai and Kingsley and Nagba, like that, those 2 guys are 2 players that I think are very, very underrated. Like, Inagbari is a player that I actually really like. The more I look at it, 26 years old, his size and athleticism. Joseph Osai as well. And the defense is definitely making some shifts. Big shifts on defense. But the offense is being ignored. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm worried about. The offense is being ignored. And another thing, that I didn't even bring up once yet, which we have to talk about, is this. Guys, you want to talk about the quarterback position? I think Geno's coming back, man. I don't know, bro. I think Geno Smith's coming back. What other I think this is what I'm going to predict. Based off of what I'm hearing from the reporters, I think the Jets are going to sign Geno Smith and Carson Wentz and draft a quarterback. That's what I think their vision is. You can't sign Geno, I think, until the official new league year, which is going to be tomorrow at 4 p.m. I think that with Tua gone, thank goodness, he's in Atlanta. We don't have to worry about that because that would have been disgusting. With Malik Willis to Miami, I think Kyler Murray is going to go to Minnesota. Jacoby Brissett is also officially not available anymore, I believe. So there's really not a lot of options left. Kirk Cousins was never really coming. Derek Carr, I guess you can still say, even though the reporters are saying the Jets have no interest in that, but who knows if they know that or not. I think it's going to be a mix. It's either going to be Geno Smith, Carson Wentz, Derek Carr, the 3 guys I'm keeping an eye on, and I think there's a chance that 2 of the 3 guys are going to be a Jet. How would you feel, folks, with a quarterback room of Geno Smith, Carson Wentz, and a rookie, and Bailey Zappi? That's what it feels like. Because last year, Geno Smith was just absolutely terrible for the Raiders. Now, the Raiders did not really have anything around him. The offensive line was trash. They had no help besides Brock Bowers to lean on. They had a rookie running back that couldn't do anything, no run game. Like, Geno did not really have much. And he was regressing. He's 35 years old. I mean, it's going to be a hard sell to the fan base of Geno Smith returning. I don't think anybody's expecting a positive Jets season with Geno back. But maybe that's what we need. I don't know. I'll say this, and this may piss off. I don't even think, actually, this may not piss off some people because I don't think this section of people watch my show anymore. Let me say this, and I'm going to say it with confidence, and it may tick off some people, but it's the truth. Say Geno Smith is the quarterback. He is better than what the Jets had last year in Justin Fields. Yes, I said it. Justin Fields or Geno Smith Give me Geno Smith. You're limited with Justin Fields, and that was proven last year. I think that if you compare Justin Fields under center to a Geno Smith this upcoming year, I think Geno would put the offense in a better situation. And that's not saying much. That's not saying much because Justin Fields was really, really, really bad. Geno Smith was also really bad. So you're comparing two bad quarterbacks. Justin Fields provides what over Geno? His athleticism, and he can run. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing Justin Fields can do better than Geno is run. His athleticism. Geno's got experience. Geno can throw the football down the field. He's not afraid to make mistakes. He's not afraid to let that thing loose. He will feed Garrett Wilson the rock. He has experience. And again, it's a very low bar, so it's not saying much. But if you are going to say Justin Fields is better, I don't even want to get into a debate because Justin Fields, bro, give me a break. Shadow with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Hey, Richie, after attending the Senior Bowl and Combine, do you have a dark horse quarterback as you did for Jackson Dart last year? I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Jackson Dart was my guy last year. I would say, Garrett Nussmeier was someone I had my eyes on. I wasn't really blown away by Garrett Nussmeier, to be honest, by being at the Senior Bowl and the Combine. My dark horse really is Drew Aller from Penn State. But the problem with Drew Aller is he's someone that needs time to learn. He has the intangibles. He's got the talent. He's got that next level ability. But you question his processing upstairs. You question his footwork in the pocket. You question things that really need to be translated to the next level in order to be a successful football quarterback. So I don't know if I have a Jackson Dart this year. I would say Drew Aller would be the guy that, if the Jets want to take a swing on him, say he's available in rounds 4 or something like that, and sit behind Geno, sit behind a Carson Wentz to learn from Frank Reich. He's got the size. He's got a lot. Another guy is Carson Beck. I think Carson Beck was pretty impressive. His poise and his pocket awareness is another thing I like. And this is also a very lazy take, in my opinion, for the people that say Drew Aller is a Hackenberg. Stop. I hate when people bracket a quarterback that went to the same college. Just because they went to Penn State, now he's a new Hackenberg. I don't know. But we'll see. I like Carson Beck in the mid rounds. We're not talking about Ty Simpson in the first round. That's an obvious one. So we'll see. I think if there was a guy that has upside, and the big difference between Carson Beck and Drew Aller is Carson Beck, you take a swing on upside to potentially be something. Carson Beck, you're getting somebody that you kind of know what you're getting, has a high floor, doesn't really have a high ceiling. He's poised, he's confident, he can maybe run an offense, but do you rely on Carson Beck to make wow plays, to lead your team to victory coming from behind and stuff like that? Being a gunslinger? No. So that's the biggest thing about it. Taylor Green is another guy. I definitely was impressed, but Taylor Green feels like an Anthony Richardson, Justin Fields type of prospect to me more than anything. His athleticism is unbelievable, but his processing and his, fundamentals, I'm not too sure about that. But if you guys wanted to check out a video I made, if you want to hear my breakdown of the Jets' approach to the draft regarding quarterbacks, I made a video breaking down my top 5 list of the quarterbacks that the Jets should be targeting in the NFL draft. So make sure you guys go check that video out. It's right here. I'll leave the link in the description right now. So right here, quarterback prospects. This is my list and my rankings of the Jets quarterbacks that they should be targeting. I did not include, spoiler alert, I did not include Fernando Mendoza in this list because he's not a Jets target. So it would be a waste of time. That would be a waste of time. So I did make a video where I broke down the top 5 guys, and I go deep into Ty Simpson, Drew Aller, Garrett Nussmeier, their strengths, their weaknesses, how they would fit, all that stuff. If you are interested, go check that out. I still want Dante Moore. Well, we got to wait a year for that. I like Ty better at 44, but 33 might be worth the risk. Sorry to break this to you, bro, but Ty Simpson is not going to be available in the second round. he's going in the first round. He may not even be available in rounds at pick 16. Cade Klubnik. So I did break down Cade Klubnik in that video. AVT getting a paper cut signing that contract. Man, Jets fans are pissed off at AVT. How could you do that? How could you betray us? Anybody but them. Anybody. Hey, man, it's the reality. But what's your guys' thoughts? How would you grade the Jets' free agency frenzy so far? Let me know. Let me know. How would you grade it? How would you grade it? Let me know in the chat. How would you grade the Jets' approach? Honestly, it's all defense, nothing else. There's no other players that the Jets brought in on the other side of the ball. Defense, defense, defense is the energy that we're seeing here. Defense, defense, defense. And I honestly am really intrigued by this defense, man. I'm really intrigued by this defense. Because, again, I think there's some people that need to open up their brains about what type of wisdom and experience Demario Davis is going to provide. And let me see if I can find this video of Demario Davis talking to Kay Adams and show you guys this, because the best part about, I found it. The best part about Demario Davis is he totally understands his role. And this is Demario Davis back in January talking to Kay Adams about, like, defenses needing a veteran in their building in order to help unlock the young guys. So take a listen into Demario Davis. Because I really think this is insightful, and this is why the Jets targeted him to be their guy.
I think a lot of the defenses are just one good player away from taking that next step as a defense. Some of these end of the game drives, they just shouldn't be happening to these defenses, but you really need that. You really need that general in the middle that can see that. And some of these guys, they have young players, and so some of these defenses just need a guy that can help their young guys take that next step. How does like a Kool-Aid McKinstry take that next step? How does a Alontae Taylor go from good to being great? How does a Chase Young, being a borderline potential good guy, go to being a superstar, a dominant player in this league? But they have to have a veteran that helps them take that next step. And I think that's what I'm noticing on a lot of these defenses. They don't have that. And so that's what's motivating for me, is that's what I think I bring the most value, is not only being what I am in the middle, but helping those younger guys take that next step, because it's a relational thing and not everybody has that. And so I think you just know your superpower, and when everybody may need your service, but somebody may need your service more.
Yeah, the Jets needed your service more, and he's totally aware of that. So you see how valuable Demario Davis is going to be? How he mentioned a lot of these defenses around the NFL, they're just missing that wise vet to put it all together. That's what he's going to provide. And then listen to this. When asked about Aaron Glenn.
I'm trying to think of the teams that need that. The Jets need that. You and Aaron Glenn reuniting would be cool.
That would. Hey, Aaron Glenn is the man.
Rams?
See? Aaron Glenn's the man. So obviously, and you see his face when she mentioned it, it's like he knew that he was coming to be a Jet. It's like he knew. I wish I knew, because I talked to him at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see. But Demario Davis is officially a Jet, and I think that's pretty awesome. Now, let's get into where the Jets could go from here. Who are the guys the Jets could be targeting outside of, the players they already brought in? So, how accurate is this? Has James Daniels been signed? I don't think so, right? Is James Daniels still available? Could he be a target? That's going to be this is the list right now, according to Google, because the offensive line is a position that the Jets are going to have to really start prioritizing, folks. So James Daniels, if this is accurate, I'm pretty sure he's still available. Graham Glasgow, 34 years old. Kevin Zeitler, 36 years old. Austin Colbert, that's not. The thing about offensive linemen is I would take a, veteran right now. We have some youth. We need some guys. Greg Van Roten, no thank you at all. Spencer Burford, Robert Jones, Liam Eichenberg, maybe. This is where the Jets are going to be searching for an offensive guard. That's the big problem right now. This is the market. There's not a lot of options. Not a lot of options. So that's why I'm a little concerned. What the heck are the Jets doing? Where are they going to go in the offensive line position? Also, where are they going to go in the wide receiver position? Brian Thomas Jr. has been linked to the Jets. I think we should talk about that now. Brian Thomas Jr., I think where there's smoke, there's fire, man. Where there's smoke, there is fire. And I think that a second-round pick could get it done. I really genuinely believe that. I think that Brian Thomas is a wide receiver that the Jets could be targeting. As you see, Connor Hughes posted this yesterday. Sources, the Jaguars are entertaining offers for Brian Thomas. Both the Jets and the Giants explored Thomas at the deadline last year. And my theory is that the Jets almost traded Quinnen Williams to the Jaguars for Brian Thomas straight up. Based off of the reports I remember at the deadline. So could this be a move? Could the Jets trade one of their second-round picks for Brian Thomas Jr., pick 44 for BTJ? I'd do that. How would you feel about packaging pick 44 for Brian Thomas Jr., and then you draft a guard at 16 or 33, you get your number 2 receiver next to Garrett Wilson, or even a 1B? I mean, that would be a splash. You want to talk about a splash? That would be a splash. That would be a splash. So if the Jaguars are open to trading him, man, they got to be aggressive right now. They got to be aggressive on the hunt for this man. It's a no-brainer. Let me know how you feel about it. Would you be down for BTJ? Yes or yes, because how can you not be at that price? A former first-round pick that still has 2 more years of control, by the way. So he's not going to be, and he does have a 5th-year option to pick up as well. So you could have him for 3 years of control. He was a first-round pick. No-brainer. If you can trade him for a second-round pick, I think that is an absolute no-brainer. Would you guys agree or not? Because how can you not be down for that? I think that the Jets have a lot of interesting things up their sleeve. I think they're going to have some things that we're not expecting. And you just got to let them cook, man. They're very active yesterday. Now the big question is, will it be active today? We'll see. In other news, Quincy Williams, he's gone. He signed with the Cleveland Browns, which is not shocking. He's somebody that we all expected to be moving on, but he's officially part of the Cleveland Browns organization. We have also AVT going to the Patriots, Nick Folk going to the Falcons. So the Jets have a hole at the kicker position now. What the heck? What the heck? The kicker position is now a hole. Unreal. BTJ would probably also get an extension. He would not be due for an extension until after this upcoming season because you're only eligible for a deal after your 3rd season. So just keep that in mind. So now we wait and we wait. I think that the Jets could be adding a corner today. Could they be going after Tariq Woolen? Probably not. Let me see what cornerbacks. are still available, because I think that the corner market is very interesting. Would you be interested in Tariq Woolen? Because I don't think a lot of Jets fans would be interested in him. According to this, I don't think Jamel Dean is available anymore, right? Didn't he sign somewhere? Tariq Woolen, Kader Kohu, Greg Newsome signed with the Giants. Amik Robertson signed, so this is not updated. We got to see exactly who. Is there a website that has like a free agency tracker, like update? Because I'm not seeing it. Does Spock Track have this updated? If they get signed, I'm sure they update this. So, like, these are the available corners. Marshawn Lattimore. Could the Jets go after that type of player? Trevon Diggs. Jimmy Ward, safety. Jonathan Jones. Kader Kohu, Tre'Davious White. Jeff Okudah. Roger McCreary. Jason Pinnock. Adoree Jackson. Rasul Douglas. These are all the guys that the Jets are going to be searching to add to their secondary. So, we'll see. Good morning, everybody in the chat. We're live for another Jets Media live free agency frenzy. Let's see if there's any more breaking news while we're live today. I hope so. We had a lot of breaking news to react to yesterday, and I think the cornerback position is one of those positions that Jets fans are going to be down for. We need to get some corners in the building. We need to have some corners in the building, man. Trading away Brandon Stevens does not have a future here, bro. Let's just keep it a buck, man. He's not a Jet next year. He's going to get cut after this season. He was not great last year. I don't really expect him. I mean, I'm just not a fan of Brandon Stevens. I'm a fan of Azareye'h Thomas. And that's it. I mean, you got to get corners. Are we rolling into the season with Jarvis Brownlee as our slot? So I think there's a lot of interesting things coming. I think that there's also, the league, the tampering period begins Monday, but the new league year is officially Wednesday at 4 o'clock. That's when we're going to see a little bit more. So here's an update on the spending so far across the NFL by each team. So this page tracks all the contracts free agents have signed since the end of the previous Super Bowl. Who the heck have the Raiders signed that they have that many? Wow. Titans have spent a lot of money. Panthers, Commanders, Saints, Colts. The Jets are down here, signing 5 players for $78.5 million, averaging around $8.9 million per year. They shifted out $57+ million in guarantees. Full guarantees is $42 million. So the Jets, they've been spending, but strategically. They have been spending, but strategically. Oh, yeah, Tyler Linderbaum is where the Raiders went. I forgot. That's where that money. I was like, wait, who do the Raiders get again? I forgot. Linderbaum was where all that money went. And the Titans are signing every single former Jet. They gave JFM the bag. The Panthers got Devin Lloyd and Jalen Phillips. Commanders got 10 new players. Wow. Colts got 2 players, which is at the top because they spent money on Alec Pierce. So it's crazy. Like, the Jets are not even spending. They're not at the top, really. And these are the contracts handed out. The most money so far is Jalen Phillips, a $30 million a year contract. Alec Pierce second. And then you have Tyler Linderbaum getting his massive contract away from the Commanders. Malik Willis with the Dolphins. Like, where's the most money the Jets handed out? That's probably Joseph Osai is the biggest contract the Jets gifted out. 3 years, $34.5 million, which is not bad. I like that contract. I think you're betting on upside. So the Jets, this is what I expected, man. Notice how the Jets are not signing anybody at the top. of these deals. They're getting guys that they can afford to fill out the roster, like an Osai with upside, Demario Davis, veteran leadership, Onyemata, veteran leadership, and Nagbari, upside guy for 1 year. That's really it, man. Like the Jets are... Oh, yeah, I forgot. We brought back Andrew Beck, baby. I forgot, bro. We brought back Andrew Beck. How can I forget that? Big news. Fullback, baby. $1.5 million. He's coming back. We got to talk about that. Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. My boy Wardy NYM is in the chat. Richie, how you feeling about my Steelers moves and what your Jets have done? Keep up the amazing work. Speaking of amazing, this is my boy Tyler, who's now the newest member of the New York Post, covering the New York freaking Mets. Are you kidding me? Mets fans, go check out Wardy NYM, killing it. Spring training coverage, opening day right around the corner, World Baseball Classic coverage, you name it. Wardy NYM is your go-to for not just Mets content, but for baseball content. A dear friend of mine. So go check out Wardy NYM, folks. Absolutely killing it. But the Steelers are pretty... What have they done? A Michael Pittman Jr. trade? I don't even know who your quarterback is. You're in the same field as the Jets have been, where is Rodgers retiring or not? Mike McCarthy's your coach now. Steelers have been pretty quiet, if I'm not mistaken. Like, going back to this list, the Steelers, let's see, what have they even done? They're all the way at the bottom. They've made 4 moves for $58 million. And, yeah, pretty, they brought in Jamel Dean, secondary, not bad. So we'll see. But I like the Jets move, man. The Jets moves are fantastic from a defensive standpoint. But they got to get a freaking quarterback. They got to get a quarterback. You see what happened, Wardy? Now that you're here, we got Mets questions coming in. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, so we have the chat saying, FAVT. We had one of our own leave us for our division rival. Elijah Vera-Tucker is now, unfortunately, a New England Patriot, which does not feel particularly good, if you ask me. You know what I mean? Doesn't feel that good. But here we are. Seems like Bills Mafia wants Leo Chenal from the Bills. The Bills want Leo Chenal from the Chiefs. I don't know about that. We'll see. Here's a cool little post from Harrison Glazer. Minkah Fitzpatrick, 17 picks from 19 to 22. Dane Belton, 6 picks in 66 career games. The Jets need turnovers, and we got 2 ball hawk safeties, baby. That's what we need. We need freaking interceptions. I don't think Dane Belton is going to be the starter next to Fitzpatrick, but he's going to be that 3rd, 4th safety with Malachi Moore. I think the Jets going to add another safety. They got to round out that room. The Jets are, speaking of you, Wardy, we're very happy to have Minkah Fitzpatrick. I know he's no longer a Steeler, but he was a lifelong Steeler. We're very pumped up to have Minkah. Very pumped up to have Minkah. Has AVT ever played a full season? I think his rookie year or year 2, but not since then, no. He had 1 season fully healthy. And we're all like, yeah, finally, AVT. I think it was actually the year before this past season where he finally was healthy. And then he tears his tricep right before week 1. Can't make it up. Cannot make it up. But I wonder if there's going to be more news coming out sooner rather than later, because we need some help. We need more. But, the Jets have been very aggressive on the defense, trading for Minkah, signing Mr. Demario Davis, signing Kingsley and Agbari, and signing Joseph Osai. All those moves came very, very fast. They came in a very, very, in like an hour or 2 hour span. All of a sudden you saw this come back to back to back. Bang, bang, bang. You feel me? Help is coming. Geno is on the way. Oh, boy. Who the heck are we going after a quarterback? It seems like if I was going to predict and like try to be as accurate as I can, my prediction is going to be Carson Wentz and Geno Smith. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. Carson Wentz and Geno Smith, man. Yep. That's it's not exciting, but then my alternative, I would ask you guys this question. What's the better option? Newsflash, there is none. You know what I mean? Like, what's the better option? Oh, yeah, there isn't any. Is a Geno Smith and Carson Wentz quarterback room exciting? No, it's not. But what other options are there? Kyler Murray, I don't think he's interested in the Jets. And I don't even think that's much better of an option. And I cannot say this, bro. I am so thankful and so happy that... Dude, I'm not going to lie to you guys. We got into a little debates here on the channel last week when the news started to break a little bit. I am beyond relieved that this happened. Oh, my goodness. Tua is going to the Falcons and not the Jets. If the Jets got Tua, I don't know if I was going to be able to handle it. Now, watch Tua go ball for Atlanta, for all I know. I just did not want a guy like Tua, bro. And I don't want to make this into, like, bashing Tua or anything. But if you guys watch the AFC East roundtable, you know what I'm talking about. I have 5-6 years of trashing this man. And he is not what the Jets need. So I am just relieved beyond comprehension that this man is not a Jet. And look at my post when that news broke. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Like, this meme is exactly how I felt when I saw that news. Yeah, right here. Spun. Phew. Falcons are expected to pursue Tua. Woo. Thank goodness, dude. And listen, is Tua that much worse than a Geno Smith or a Carson Wentz? No. But I just didn't want to deal with that type of character. But now we're in the market for lesser dudes. Geno Smith, we'll see. Where do you want the... I think my prediction, again, we're going to have Geno and we're going to have Carson Wentz in the building for this Jets football team at quarterback and a rookie. So, a lot of people are linking Kirk Cousins to the Jets, like that the Jets should be pursuing him, but I haven't seen anybody link the Jets to Kirk Cousins. It's been Geno, it's been Wentz, it's been maybe Derek Carr coming out of retirement. So, and right now, the betting favorite for the Jets at pick 2 continues to be Arvell Reese. Do you guys think Arvell Reese is a lock? Or could the Jets be going after Sonny Styles? I don't know. Where do you think the Jets should go at pick number 2? Very interesting to see where they go. Guys, also do me a favor, man. Hit that thumbs up button. We got a lot of fun stuff coming your way throughout this free agency frenzy day. Day number 2, baby. Day number 2 is live, and we're having some fun. We have to hit... How many like buttons do we have right now? We have to have at least over 100, right? Let me make sure we have 100 before anything. We don't have 100 likes. Hit the like button, folks. We got to get over 100 at least. 92 likes. We hit 32K subs on the channel yesterday, which is very, very awesome. Thank you to everybody showing love and support. But we got to get that subscribe button count up, folks. And the like button count up. We've been live for 43 minutes. Let's freaking go, man. Hit that like button. And while I'm here, we got to get some love in the chat. And you know how we do that? Is by gifting memberships away to the chat because you guys deserve it. You guys show so much love and support. So congratulations to 5 new members. Larry, Boss Girl, Mothman, Beal, and TC Jersey, all gifted memberships. You guys now have new... oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm just realizing something, guys. I need to update these emojis. Because I got Quinnen Williams emoji. I have a sauce emoji. I have Quincy Williams and a Jermaine Johnson and a Justin Fields all emojis of players that are no longer on the Jets. So I will update these after free agency. But if you want to become a member, feel free to use some emojis to have a special, free super chat every month and have special additions to, exclusive content. If you want to gift memberships, that's also an option if you feel a little generous like I just did by gifting 5 different people. So let's do it. But it's funny how I'm looking at the emojis. But we do have Garrett Wilson, baby. And we have Breece Hall. And we have Aaron Glenn and an evil Darren Mougey. So those are the emojis that we can be excited about. Sad. But yeah. Yep. All right. What's the latest that's going on, Ian Rappaport? Anything? Dane Belton is the official new news that we are seeing. Let's go. What's next? Richie, best YouTuber, and Wardy both. Wardy is the best YouTuber on the face of the planet if he's still here. Did we release Justin Fields? Not yet, but we will be. Need a Geno emoji. Uh-oh. If Geno gives IK, oh gosh. I still believe in my hearts of hearts that if he did not get his jaw broken, Geno, that year, he was about to have a sensational year. Because remember, that was 2015. Ryan Fitzpatrick took over and he had that legendary season. That year, I really do believe Geno was about to get unlocked. And he got cracked in the jaw. I always believed that. I'm like, yo, this is Geno's time. And then, bah, cracked jaw. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in and he takes it and runs with it and has the best season a quarterback has ever had for the Jets. Breaking records. He needs to come back for redemption, baby. OG Jake, thank you for the super chat, bro. I really do appreciate that. I really, really do appreciate that. Are we still cooking, Richie? Yeah, but it's a little slow right now. It's a little slow right now, I will say. Hopefully something will come. Really is always the Jets. You can go back in history. We can just relive. Oh, Sam Darnold, you're going to break out. This is your year. Mono nucleosis. Mono? Yeah, sorry. Sam has mono. Okay. Oh, Zach Wilson, this is your year to injured in preseason. Geno Smith, this is your year. Cracked jaw. AVT, captain, this is your year to be healthy. Torn tricep before the season begins. Aaron Rodgers, this is your... Achilles in 4 snaps? I mean, dude. What are we doing, bro? Only the Jets. That's why we're the laughing stock of the NFL, because there's nobody that has bad luck over the Jets. Tua, our Jets Pearl Harbor. Wow. Thanks for the $2. That was insane. He sent it twice, too, by the way. 2 $2 super chats saying the same thing. Double take. And Testaverde. Can't forget that one. It's just the way the cookie crumbles for our New York Jets. I was never a Sam Darnold hater. We failed him. I agree. We should have never gave up on him. I said at the time that the Jets should be keeping Sam, trade that pick down, and build around him. Do not draft that Zach Wilson kid, bro. Oh, boy. And what do? They drafted Zach Wilson. Who knows where the Jets would be if they kept Sam? Probably a different trajectory, but it is what it is. And now we're seeing AVT propaganda being pushed across the web. Shocker. Oh, man, it's going to be hard. Richie always do a great job on his channel. That's why I always watch his channel when he come live from a Dolphins fan. Well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Sam Darnold was chased out by the media. I don't know, man. I think he was chased out by the owner. The media doesn't really have anything to do with it. It was the owner did not want him. The owner wanted Woody. Woody wanted Zach Wilson. Joe Douglas fell in love with Zach Wilson. Robert Saleh wanted Sam. Terrible. It's terrible. The AVT bag was insane. Yeah, the Jets are never going to open up the bag like that for him. AVT also wanted out. He wanted out. So we'll see. Jets' most cursed NFL team. Don't let go of the rope. Well, thanks for sending in a super chat at least. Let's get an update from Zach Rosenblatt because he has a big update on the latest regarding the Jets' quarterback situation with Geno Smith. Let's take a listen in to Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic.
So the latest conversations I've had is that it would be a surprise at this point if Geno Smith is not signing with the Jets, probably as soon as like Wednesday at 4:01 p.m.
Like it would be done if it was actually allowed.
Yeah, like so right now they can't even technically talk to him because there's this weird rule where like the Falcons are able to talk to Tua because the Dolphins announced they were releasing Tua, whereas the Cardinals haven't announced anything with Kyler and the Raiders haven't announced anything with Geno, even though we know both of those things are happening. So they can't technically do anything until Wednesday when the new league year starts. But it'll be pretty remarkable when all the signings that happen at 4:01 happen, or specifically like this one. Like
there's phone calls happen.
I mean, I guess that's more today, I guess, because you're agreeing then this week. But yeah, it still sounds like Kyler probably to Minnesota, and like I just said, it would be surprising at this point if Geno Smith is not the next Jets quarterback. And from everything I was told, the Jets wanted to resolve their QB1 before they moved on to QB2. So if you thought they were going to sign Carson Wentz today or, trade for Andy Dalton or whatever it is, like they wanted to make sure they figured out QB1 first. Then, okay, who's a good fit as the QB2 behind him? And I still think Carson Wentz is probably the most likely as of right now. But Andy Dalton, the Panthers just signed Kenny Pickett, so they don't really have any use for Andy Dalton there anymore. So I'm curious if they cut him, and if they do, then he becomes interesting. But as of now, Geno Smith would be my, pretty confident prediction as the next Jets quarterback. And that'll
cue the coming home music. Geno's coming home, folks. Oh, God. I cannot believe Geno Smith is coming home, bro. Can you believe it? He's really coming home. I mean, you heard him. You heard the man. Tell me you did not get convinced. I mean, Zach Rosenblatt knows what he's doing. He's a great, great Jets reporter. It's clear. Geno Smith's coming home, folks. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Hey, it's an upgrade. Hey, that's my point. That's the sad part. It's not a huge upgrade, but it is an upgrade. I asked X, how would you feel if the Jets landed Geno? And the replies are pretty funny. Easily the best option available. I'm cool with it. Ton better than Fields. For tanking, is static. Sad to say, it's a massive upgrade from last year. I'm not surprised. Meeting the wins got us here. The infamous Larry David. It really does seem like Geno Smith is about to be back, folks, by tomorrow at 4 p.m. So, and if you look at what Geno Smith has done in his career the last 5 years, it is better than what the Jets have had in a long time. He's 35 years old. He's going to bring a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience. Last year was not a good season for him. The one thing about Geno that I do like is his efficiency, being able to throw the football and having a high completion percentage. But the turnovers is what's concerned the last 2 years. The turnovers, got to protect that football. But the thing about Geno that you like is his gunslinging mentality, right? And you look at his tenure with the Jets. In 2 years, wow, he's only a Jet for 2 years? That's crazy. He didn't get the... Wait, is this real? Am I bugging? Is that just not? Okay, yeah. I was like, wait a second. Geno was not a Jet for just 2 years. It just didn't show the rest of it. I was like losing my mind for a second. I'm like, wait a second. Geno was a Jet for more than 2 years. So you look at what Geno did throughout his career, starting off as a rookie in 2013, 3,000 yards, was really bad. 12 touchdowns, 21 picks. And then had an okay year too. And then 2015 was the year we all thought he was set up to have a breakout year with all the weapons with Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker, and the boys. but then he got cracked in the jaw. Ryan Fitzpatrick takes over. And then he goes to the Giants as a backup, goes to the Chargers as a backup, goes to the Seahawks as a backup, gets the opportunity to be the starter in 2022 eventually, to have that breakout season, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And then in 2023, regressed a little bit, 20 picks to 9 interceptions. And then 2024 really regressed, 21 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. And then goes to the Raiders and really took a step back. The interceptions kept climbing. Could the Jets get the 2022 version of Geno Smith? I mean, it's not impossible, but I do like his completion percentage has been the one consistent thing about his tenure since he became the starter for Seattle. Like, look at these 4 years. This is where you got to evaluate Geno from 2022 to 2025. These years is like young Geno. This is the new version of him. It's these 4 years. You know, his breakout season, 70% completion percentage, basically. 65, 70, 67. That's not bad. So the problem with Geno is the interceptions. That's the big problem. Turnover machine. And folks, get ready to cue the music, because I think Geno's coming home, man. And then they're going to sign Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. $5 super chat from Nicholas. Thank you so much, my friend. Who put out Kirk isn't an option? On paper, he makes the most sense and frankly is the best option out there. If not, the Jets, then where does he go? Great question. I think Brian Costello said that Kirk is not an option. That's what I think. So I agree, Kirk Cousins is one of the better options out there, but it just doesn't seem like it's an option for the Jets for whatever reason. Seems like it's Geno, man. It seems like it's Geno. Thank you for the $5, Nicholas. I appreciate it. I would have gotten Mac Jones. Now, let me ask you this, my holy king. Are you willing to trade a first or a second round pick for Mac Jones? Because he's not a free agent, and you would have to trade a lot for him. That's the problem. Don't make it seem like Mac Jones is a free agent, because he's not. You have to trade for him. So would you trade that much for him? Because he's not available for cheap. He's available for a hefty price. Hennessy knows the vibes, man. AVT's about to play 17 games and be an all-pro. I just know it. He's going to be healthy all 3 years and live up to the upside that we all thought he'd be. It's just how it works, how the cookie crumbles. Oh, it's just how it works, man. Kirk spurned us in the past. It's true. That is very true. I don't know, man. It really does feel like Geno Smith's about to be a Jet, man. So let me ask you this, folks. Say the Jets trade for Brian Thomas Jr. and they sign Geno Smith and they add a left guard that we feel a little bit confident about. How do you think this offense is going to be able to thrive? Do you think they're going to be middle of the road or no? With Geno Smith under center, him throwing the football to Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas Jr., and Adonai Mitchell, with Breece Hall, maybe add another tight end somewhere, or you just run it back with the same tight ends. How good is the offense? I don't think the offense will be top 5 or top 10, but could they be top 20? Because remember, the Jets' offense is usually bottom in the 30 rankings. Could they be in the 15? Could they be in the 20? But the big thing about the offense is if the defense takes a big step forward and the special teams can basically replicate what we saw last year, then you're looking at an 8 to 9 to 10 win football team potentially. If the defense takes a gigantic leap forward with the additions they made in free agency and the draft coming up, and Geno Smith has won in the past with Seattle, coming from a really bad organization with the Raiders, coming to a bad organization with the Jets, frankly, right? But does the support system around Geno and Frank Reich give you any confidence that they can be good? Are they going to show any signs of improvement? Or do you think if we bring in Geno and the support system around him is not good enough, we're going to be trash and win 3 games, and Geno is going to help us get the first overall pick next year? It's going to be a tankathon. Like, where's your mind at? So that's really where that's where I'm trying to process my brain. I know it's a tough question. I understand this is not easy, folks. I get you. But it's the reality. And I think that if you're a Jets fan, you're going to have to start warming up to the idea of a Geno Smith coming home. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like, man. Oh, my goodness. Any alternative out there? I mean, what? Goodness gracious. Come on, Geno. I loved Geno when he was drafted. I wanted him in the draft. But I did not expect. Do you remember when he was with Seattle? And now I'm making it seem like he's a Jet. You know what I mean? He's not a Jet yet. But it feels like he's going to be. Doesn't it? Feels like he's going to be a Jet. Doesn't it not? What's your guys' thoughts, man? Oh, boy. Quiet day 2, man. Is Kyler still off the table? Yeah, I think that he's going to be a Minnesota Viking. I do. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you do not already. On your way into the show. Greatly, greatly appreciate that as always, folks. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Geno Smith is rumored to be the Jet quarterback that we have been waiting for our entire lives. I'm still processing it in my own brain, man. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know, man. I know. I know how you guys feel. The Jets are bringing home a lot of former Jets, folks. A lot of former Jets. And it seems like Demario Davis was the first former Jet. And now, according to Zach Rosenblatt, in case you missed it,
would be my, pretty confident. So they don't really have any use for Andy Dalton there anymore. So I'm curious if they cut him. And if they do, then he becomes interesting. But as of now, Geno Smith would be my, pretty confident prediction as the next Jets quarterback. And that'll be another coming home video coming your way as soon as Wednesday afternoon, I would say.
He says that with a lot of confidence. He does, man. I understand some people are doubting, but I wouldn't doubt that. I feel like he's very plugged in. He knows what he's doing. Zach Rosenblatt, that is. Holy smokes. You think Tyrod comes back? I don't know. I think that the Jets probably want to move on, but there's a world where they do get him back for sure. It seems like the Jets are prioritizing Geno and Carson Wentz. So that's really what it seems like. Rich, do we get a comp pick for losing AVT? I don't know, because if you have to look at the signings the Jets made it has to. The only way the Jets get comp picks is if their spending does not match what they lost. So John Simpson left for a $30 million deal. AVT left for a $42+ million deal. The Jets signed Joseph Osai to a $32 million deal, Demario Davis. So it really is, you have to add up all the signings the Jets made and add up all the Jets leaving, and then you see what comp picks. That's how comp pick works. Like, say the Jets lost all their players and they signed nobody, then you get all those comp picks. So there, I think we're going to get some comp picks, but not much. Oh, man. In other news, we have this cool photo of Aaron Glenn and our new Jet after their game against the Falcons last year. Onyemata was very open with Aaron Glenn, saying how much Aaron Glenn changed his life and during their time in New Orleans, which I thought was really cool. And here's another cool photo of Demario Davis with Chris Banjo going out of their way to talk with a nice smile. Special teams coordinator. I guess they got some type of relationship. So it seems like the Jets are bringing in these guys that are connected, understand, have a relationship with the coaching staff and all that stuff. What's your guys' thoughts of it? All right. What's your guys' thoughts of that? I love it. All right, let's see, man. Demario Davis being back home really does hype me up. Not going to lie. That's my favorite signing. Geno Smith, man. Are there any Geno Smith truthers in the chat? Anybody? That'd be funny. Any Geno Smith truthers that still support Geno? That'd be awesome if there was any. But yeah, right now we're just waiting for some news. Pretty quiet on this Tuesday. Maybe we have to wait until tomorrow at 4 o'clock to really get some more news. But, you know, it's a slow burn right now. It is an absolute slow burn as we wait for more breaking news to come out. I don't know about you guys, but we're still waiting. Still waiting for some news, man. Jake Gasman's in the chat, gifting a membership. How about that? Who was the lucky man? Noah JMC just received a free membership on behalf of the great Jake Gasman. Thank you, Jake, for gifting a free Jets Media membership to a member of the live chat. And I'm happy that it was my man, Noah, who's a great supporter of Jets Media. And Noah says, thanks, Jake. You the man. Noah, congratulations. And thank you again, Jake, for supporting Noah and supporting the channel, my brother. Make sure you guys check out the Jets Roundtable. That's going to be live on Thursday. As me, Jake Asman, Matt O'Leary, and Matthew, if he's joining us again, we're going to be breaking down free agency in totality. By then, we're going to see who the Jets quarterback is. By then, we're going to see a lot of insightful stuff that's coming out from Jets land. We're going to see a little bit more of a good idea of where the Jets are going in the draft, perhaps. Yeah, I got to update my emojis on the memberships. I'm aware of that. We're going to wait for free agency and add some updated Jets players because right now my emojis are a little out of date, okay? Out of date. We got to add a Demario Davis one. That's for sure. That is for sure. We're adding a Demario Davis one. Okay? No doubt about it. And I want to let you guys know about something. If you live on X, I have to make you guys aware of something because there is an epidemic going on of this fake dude that loves to make fake reports about the Jets. And some people, and I don't blame you guys, I understand. They're really good at their job. This guy is fake. He's not a real person. It's an AI-generated profile picture. It's not someone real. He literally AI-generated himself on there. And people are literally taking what he says and running with it. And we're living in a world now where fake news has never been more justified. Where people will read this, for example, Dolphins' new quarterback Malik Willis was offered over $30 million a season by the Jets, but thought it was career suicide. People read this and be like, oh, the Jets suck. Oh, like, it's not even real. He also, this same account said something from the combine and had a fake quote of Darren Mougey or somebody. Or was it the Orville Reese about the Jets, and it went viral. Over 1 million hits because people are fooled. People are literally like believing anything they read. So all I'm saying, guys, is please double check what you read online, because there's a very good chance that it's not real. That's all I got to say. Very good chance it's not real. But that's the world we live in, folks. It's the world we live in. But, folks, make sure you guys hit that like button. I'm excited to announce that Fourth and Forever will be back later today, 1 p.m. EST. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be breaking down all the latest NFL news you need to know on Roundtable Sports. That's going to be live at 1 p.m., so an hour or so from now. And I got you guys covered all the way up until then. Let's go. Let's go. So the news is pretty slow right now. We're waiting for some breaking news. There's not really much. Not even just Jets land, but NFL-wise, I feel like it. Right? There's not a lot of news around the NFL today. Yesterday, there was just left and right. I mean, if you want to get into some, AFC East related news, this is the latest. Dawson Knox has agreed on a new 3-year deal with the Buffalo Bills. That's boring, but it's true. What matters more than anything is this guy, Mr. Demario Davis, returning, baby. Yeah. Demario Davis, baby. Whoa. All right. Let's go get Brian Thomas and bring the vibes back. Can we do that? Let's just trade for Brian Thomas and bring the vibes. Bring the freaking vibes. Huh? Now, if there was a target for the Jets in free agency that I would look for the Jets to go after, is Elgton Jenkins, who got released by the Green Bay Packers. 30 years old. He's a center. Not, a phenomenal football player by any stretch, but he's a vet, and the Jets need depth. And if you can slide Myers maybe to left guard, you bring him in to be the center, perhaps. His pass blocking grade was 7th among centers last year. I mean, this is the market now, bro. Or maybe you have him come in and Myers is the backup, and then you sign or draft a left guard. But Elgton Jenkins is a guy that I think the Jets should be looking into. I mean, like, these are the options right now. These are the options. He doesn't really, he has one snap at right guard. Last year, he was mostly their center. Let me see if you can see where he ranked throughout his entire career. Do they have that here? Yeah, so it seems like throughout his entire career, he's been a center. In 2025, he was. Let's see, 2024. Oh, he does have experience at left guard. Never mind. He does have experience at left guard. So he is a guy that could be plugged in at left guard for the Jets. He was the left guard for the Green Bay Packers in 2024. He was their center last year. He played 995 snaps last 2024 for them, former second-round pick. He was pretty good as a left guard, honestly. Actually, he's more of a left guard than a center. So last year he played center for them, but he's more than a left guard than anything. He played over 995 snaps in 24 at left guard, 903 snaps at left guard in 2023. He's pretty versatile, man. Look, he's played center. He's played right tackle. He's played left tackle. This guy looks like another Elijah Vera-Tucker, just in terms of versatility. So if there was an offensive lineman for the Jets to target in free agency right now, it's this guy. Elgton Jenkins, man. That's the guy the Jets should be targeting. 6'5", 311 pounds, a veteran, 30 years old, former second-round pick in 2019. I think that's a no-brainer. Lifelong Green Bay Packer, coming from a winning organization. Versatility. Can play center, left guard. Can play both tackle positions with experience. This is the guy the Jets should be targeting, man. And look at his grades at pass blocking. This is more of a pass blocking guy. 83.1 pass blocking at left guard, 81.3 pass blocking in 2023. And at left tackle, he even had look at his numbers at left tackle back in 2021. So the problem with Jenkins, though, is staying healthy. That's the problem. Same thing with AVT. So that's really the issue there. Richie just talked me into Geno. Mr. Bonesy, did I really? I sold you? Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that. Breece and Sherwood have to go. Why are we getting rid of our two young talents on both sides of the ball? Why? Why would we do that? Sometimes I don't understand. Avion Terrell at 16. I mean, yeah, the Jets could go that position. Trade Breece to the Jags for BTJ. I don't know. Trade a pick for BTJ so you have Breece Hall and BTJ on the Jets. Why do Jets fans want to trade Breece Hall? Why do you want to give up our best running back? I don't get you guys sometimes. Give me a reason for it. Breece Hall is the best option on this offense next to Garrett Wilson. He's the most versatile back. He literally single-handedly took over the game against the Bengals last year and won that football game. He's like, I don't know. Why do Jets fans want to trade Breece? I just don't get it. I don't align with it. But yeah, let's just trade. People complain, oh, the Jets are signing all these old players. Okay. You're upset that they're signing old players, and now you want to trade our young, good players? He's 24, 25 years old. Why, you're upset because he's having fun online on social media? Come on, man. What are we doing? I don't know. Some people just are hypocritical. They say all we do is signing old players, but they also want to trade one of our only young pieces. Like, you look at the offense, there's not a lot of good things on the offense, but the only good things are Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, and people want to trade him away. For what? Let's keep Breece Hall, trade a draft pick for Brian Thomas Jr., bring in a quarterback, and let's go win some football games. I want to win games next year as a Jets fan. I don't know about you guys. I'm not in the business of trading away good players. I know the Jets did do that, but we'll see. Here's an update on Demario Davis's contract, according to Zach Rosenblatt. 2 years, $22 million, 15 of it guaranteed, $7.5 million signing bonus, should be $7.25 million cap hit this year, and a $14.75 million cap hit in 2027. So definitely a big cap hit coming in, and next year that could be restructured, could be figured out. I think that the Jets right now are in a very interesting spot with this contract. 2 years, the cap space is going to go up next year. Demario Davis is freaking captain. Love this. I love it. You won't see me complaining about this contract, but the details are out. What's your favorite signing? Probably Demario Davis, not going to lie. For sure. Probably Demario Davis. Let's go. No disrespect to Breece, but he's a beast. But why keep Breece when you're not going to pay him and he'll walk next year? Draft Jeremiah Love at 4. He's a generational talent running back. First of all, the Jets don't have the 4th overall pick. Second of all, Breece Hall, how do we know the Jets are not going to extend him? They've been working towards a long-term extension, and the Jets are going to try to sign Breece Hall to a long-term extension by the season. They have the flexibility to do that. Just because they put the franchise tag on him does not mean that they're not going to try to extend him. And the Jets need a win this year. And Breece Hall could be a big part of it. Breece struggles to get 1,000 yards rushing with a 17-game schedule. Breece Hall is also part of an offense that has absolutely zero pass attack. And I don't think people realize how problematic that is for a running back. Defenses will hone in on the run, stack the box when you have no threat. When you have Brady freaking Cook throwing the football and Justin Fields throwing the ball, that poses no threat to defense through the air. So what do? They hone in on Breece. They look at Breece, and by the way, Garrett Wilson was injured last year as well. So without Garrett Wilson on the field, the only good player that defenses fear is Breece. So their whole game plan is shutting him down, because if you shut Breece down, you shut the whole offense down. You're going to run blitz. You're going to double team him. You're going to do everything in your power to shut down Breece. If you can get a well-balanced offense by adding a Brian Thomas Jr., adding a freaking quarterback that can actually throw the ball down the field, and Garrett Wilson's healthy, that's going to open things up, and I guarantee you we'll see the best version of Breece we've ever seen. So that's why I disagree where people say he's overrated and Breece struggles to just get 1,000 yards. I think there needs to be context, man. There absolutely needs to be context. Has he lived up to the hype of what we saw when he was a rookie before he went down with an ACL? No, he hasn't. But people are making it seem like this guy is a bona fide scrub. And I'm not going to let that slide. I'm going to defend Breece Hall because he deserves to be defended, in my opinion. And I'm a fan of young, good talent. When you have an offense that has no quarterback threat, defenses are going to destroy the running back, especially if the running back is all you have to be worried about as a defense. So, you need playmakers, man. The Jets need playmakers. And now fans just want to get rid of a playmaker because he's having fun on Twitter? Come on, man. We got to get this man as a Jet. Moving back into some free agents. Elgton Jenkins. Go get him, Mooch. So I'm sending this tweet out because the Jets need to prioritize this guy. Mr. Elgton Jenkins, he's expected to have a strong market, so I'm curious if the Jets are going to be able to land him or not. We'll see. But this has been a quiet news day, folks. A very quiet news day. A snooze fest day, if you want to call it that. Snooze fest for the Jets. Snooze fest. What about Tariq Woolen? I don't know. Would you guys want Tariq Woolen? I don't think he fits this. We'll see. But I think Jenkins would be a big signing because of his versatility, his ability to play left guard and center. I think it's a no-brainer. I think Vega at 16 is definitely an option as well, for sure. What I would do if I'm the Jets, honestly, sign Jenkins and draft Vega at 16 potentially. Fill out that interior. Keep Josh Myers as your backup. Are we keeping Justin Fields as an option? Why wouldn't the Jets let him find a new team if he's done in New York? Yeah, because the Jets don't have to rush getting rid of him. They can cut him after June 1st. I don't know. Maybe the Jets, I don't know what their stance is on Justin Fields, but I expect him to get released eventually. I wonder if there's any news. It's been pretty quiet, man. Crickets. Crickets, man. Crickets. So right now it seems like the Jets' cap space situation, for those asking, is right here, around $52 million to spend. So the Jets still got some spending left. Jets still got some spending left. Glenn says, remember when you used to laugh at Miami for having Tua? Yeah. And I am so thankful the Jets did not sign him, man. I was going to lose my mind if the Jets got him. So we're going to have to wait for the new league year to officially open, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. And a lot of people are expecting the Jets to sign Geno Smith as soon as the new league year begins. And this is according to Zach Rosenblatt.
Smith would be my,
in case you missed it.
then he becomes interesting. But as of now, Geno Smith would be my, pretty confident prediction as the next Jets quarterback. And that'll be another coming home video coming your way as soon as Wednesday afternoon.
Geno's coming home, baby. Can you believe it? He's coming home. Man. We'll see if that happens. We got some Joe Blewett throwing us some Demario Davis clips at the goal line. Look at him smash-mouthing James Conner at the goal line. Still got that juice. Boof. That's that edge this Jets football team needs, man. We need that type of edge. We need a CJ Mosley type of wisdom. Let's go. AVT signed with the Pats. Ew. Yeah, I know. Ew is right. Ew is right indeed, man. Let me know where you stand in the chat about everything the Jets have been doing so far. I think that there's a lot of interesting options for the Jets to continue. But I feel like right now the Jets are pretty in a good spot. Still got some cap space to work with. Still has some ability to go after some big-time names. But they have to really make sure they hit a home run on these draft picks, man. They really do. They got to hit a home run on these. Here is the latest, in case you missed it, cap space update for the Jets. Yeah, it feels like a lot of Jets fans are very down the middle on Geno. Here are the cap hits for Joseph Osai. In 2026, 7.5 basically million cap hit. In 2027, $13.5 million. In 2028, they can get out of that contract very easily. Wow. So basically, they can get out of it after year one. That's why every year it's like you have to just remind Jets fans the same thing over and over and over again. But when the Jets signed Joseph Osai to a 3-year, $32+ million contract, everybody was like, overpay. Oh. But then you look at the contract. And you're like, oh, so this is basically just a 2-year deal. Yeah, that's why I got to wait for the details. The cap hit is very low in this year. And then the cap hit in 27 is a 13.5 mil. And say the Jets wanted to get out of that contract, they very easily could, and they'll just have $2.7 million of dead cap. And say they want to get out of it after the second year, they'll get out of it by freeing up $11.5 million. Great contract. Great contract. I really do love the contracts that Darren Mougey has been handing out, man. I'm not going to lie. He's been doing a good job because the contracts that Joe Douglas would make was deferred money, a lot of dead money down the line, and now the Jets are feeling that right now, a lot of dead money. Geno is okay. Just draft Lenore Sellers in 2027. Well, let's see if he's going to be good in college first again. He was supposed to be great this past year and regressed. So the class in 2027 is going to be intriguing, and the Jets got all of the picks. I don't know if that's the guy I would want, but we'll see how the cookie crumbles. The longest tenure Jets, Thomas frickin' Hennessy, entering year 10, baby. Let's go. Long snapper season. And then we have Jamie and Sherwood entering year 6, and then Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and Ruckert entering year 5, all in the same class. That's ridiculous. That's pretty sad. And then Demario Davis technically entering year 6, baby. Yeah. That's how do you guys feel about that? The longest tenured Jets are pretty much running out. Running out. So it's going to be interesting. And I just want to make you guys aware of the consistency of Demario Davis real quick. Look at these numbers, bro. This guy is an Iron Man. Look at the games played. Look at the availability. The guy has not had less than 100 total tackles since 2016 with the Browns. He goes back to the Jets in 2017, has a career year with the Jets. That was a year every Jets fan's like, do not let Demario Davis go. We let him go to the Saints, and then he becomes an all-time Saint. Look at what he did with the Saints, bro. Every year, 110 tackles, 111, 119, 105, 109, 121, 136, and just had 143, a career high. He had a career high in total tackles in his aged 37 season. Are you kidding? 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. This guy is a monster, okay? 64 solo tackles. He's in on every single play. Played all 17 games. This is why it's so lazy for people to be like, but he's 37. Come on. Age is a number, bro. Look at the consistency. Look at the durability. Look at the experience this guy has. Every Jets fan wanted to keep this man. When he left for the Browns, we knew it was a mistake. He came back. We're like, we got our guy back. But then he left for the Saints and is with the Saints for a long time. And he's going to help develop guys like Jamie and Sherwood. He's going to help develop guys, whoever we bring in the draft. Zaire Barnes on the team as well. I'm so fired up that Demario Davis is a freaking Jet again, man. We missed you. We missed you. Is there ever going to be news today, or is that just not the case? Someone said in the chat that Demario Davis is a liability in coverage. He was the 13th best linebacker in the NFL in coverage, so I wouldn't say he's a liability. He may not be the best in the NFL, but he was 6th in the NFL total linebackers, elite against the run, coverage 13th in the NFL among linebackers. Come on, that's not That's not a liability. If he was in the 50th range, he would be, but that's not his strength, but it's also not a liability. So I wouldn't even go that far. Let's see what the Jets depth chart is right now. So I think this is updated with their new signings. Let's see if it is. Yes, it is. So on offense, we have made no additions whatsoever. We don't have to look at that. But on defense, but this needs to shift to a 3-4. It's still in a base 4-3. So that's what's going to make this feel a little weird and fugazi. But you see the Jets additions, man. Look at all these guys. Kiko. Did I say Zaire Barnes? I did not mean Zaire Barnes. He's not on the Jets anymore. I meant to say Kiko, the linebacker from Miami. He'll be able to help develop, as well as McCrary Ball, who re-signed with the Jets. He was a special teams captain. So the Jets got Demario Davis in the building. And then you look at the defensive line, Will McDonald, Harrison Phillips, David Onyemata, Joseph Asai, Enagbari, Jawan Briggs. I'm pretty sure Jay Tufele is not returning. Michael Clemens is not returning. I don't think Peyton Page or Kalen Saunders. Mozzie Smith's probably going to be released. Tyler Barron could be released as well. Quincy Williams signed with the Browns. So this is what it looks like. And then you look at the secondary with Minkah Fitzpatrick and Malachi Moore, Dane Belton. We also don't have a kicker. Right now, who's this guy? Lenny Krieg is our kicker from Germany. Who the heck is this guy? We don't have a kicker. Someone else to keep in mind. Looking at our secondary, Azaria Thomas, Quantez Stiggers. Yikes. Brandon Stevens, Chris Boyd. So there needs to be a big upgrade in the cornerback room as well. It really is slow today. Slow news day for the Jets. But don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, folks. Really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys tuning into this show brought to you by Jets Media. We don't have any brand deals anymore right now. It's off-season mode. Do you guys appreciate that you get an hour and 37 minutes of commercial-free football talk? Because, again, I like to remind you guys, when you turn on a TV show, like the Pat McAfee show or any of these other shows, there's commercial breaks. You turn on a radio station, there's commercial breaks. Usually when I have a brand deal, you got to see a brand. But right now, there is no brands. You don't got any commercial breaks. You got me straight. It's like I'm red zone, baby. Commercial-free football. Hope you're enjoying it. Super Chats does help a lot. It does help a lot. So thank you, Lacelle, for sending in a Super Chat. So is it official? We are moving to a 3-4 defense. Yes. It's going to be a 3-4 hybrid. So there's going to be 4-3 concepts, but it's majority going to be a 3-4 base. More than anything else. It's going to be a 3-4 base, but there's going to be 4-3 implemented into it, but it's more than anything. It's basically what the Jets are going to be doing is implementing what the Detroit Lions had back with Aaron Glenn. So appreciate the Super Chat. Appreciate all the Super Chats that was gifted and sent in today. Want to let you guys know about Fourth and Forever returning today. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's been a minute. We brought it back last week, but it's back for Free Agency Frenzy. Maybe there's going to be breaking news while we're live on that channel. You never know. It's going to be an epic NFL news fest, basically, what we're going to be talking about all over there. So make sure you guys come check us out on Fourth and Forever. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's live in like 40 minutes from now. Are we going to get breaking news by then or not? Are we going to get breaking news by then or not? That's what I want to know. I hope so. Doesn't seem like we will. But we need it. All right, let's see what the vibes are. There's no news, man. Sitting here blinded. So if you guys don't know what Fourth and Forever is, and you're like, Richie, what are you talking about? It is a show that I'm a part of on Roundtable Sports Network. Here's a trailer for it. Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. So this is going to be live right after this show on Roundtable Sports Network. So make sure you guys come check us out there, as we are excited about it, man. We are very excited about bringing this show back to business. Roundtable Sports is a business that I'm building, and it's a lot of fun, man. That's the company that we're media credentialed in the NFL officially. We went to the Super Bowl on behalf of Roundtable Sports, and a lot of fun stuff. We're going to be reacting to all the news. Maybe there's some breaking news happens during that live stream. We're going to be reacting to it. I would appreciate if all 387 of you guys that are watching right now live come to that YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the chat to get you guys ready in that chat. So come over there, Fourth and Forever. Make sure you guys come through to this channel, man. I just put the link in the chat. Go over and support. Support us over there, all right? We're going to be live on this channel in around 45 minutes. 45 minutes. So I'm probably going to wrap this stream up. Pretty quiet news day, as the Jets have not made any signings today. But we talked about all the latest you needed to know about the Jets. So hope you guys enjoyed this stream. The next time you'll see me is on Fourth and Forever on Roundtable Sports. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that YouTube channel so you can see us react to all the news on that channel. We're very excited about this, man, because, you know, we'll be able to talk about all the latest NFL news across the league. And maybe there's Jets news while we're live on Fourth and Forever. So I'll see you guys over there. Peace and love as always. This is the day number 2 edition of Free Agency Frenzy. Maybe I'll go live again on Jets Media later today. You'll never know. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you on Fourth and Forever.